What's going on there, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? And it's time for an episode of P&Q. It's Monday morning, and I am recording this Monday morning because, like it's been the last couple of weeks or a few times lately, it's just been too hectically busy to do it. But, excuse me, hoping to change that, in the new year and get back to the proper routine, which I was intending to do, and that is to record this over the weekend to put up on a Monday. Anyway, I'm all dressed up in scabby clothes because I'm going to go out to the studio and start painting soon. Yeah! This is the question and answer series, P&Q. Obviously P stands for Pete and Q stands for questions, so Peter wooden questions. That's just the way it is. So you can do this one of two ways. You can pop your comments or questions down below in the comment section, or you can email me at miniwarzone@gmail.com and I will leave a link in the video description below. Okay, now I've had 2 emails and the rest are all comments from last week, so I'm going to start with the comments from last week. Starting with General Splatten. How's it going, General? Interesting choices for the roles to play the Marines. Now, we were talking about, what actors I would get to play Space Marines and so on. I think I mentioned Stallone and Schwarzenegger for various roles. I think I put Arnie in the role of a chaplain or a apothecary or something like that. I can't remember now. I can't remember exactly. I'd have to watch the video again to get my memory back up again. Yeah, it's always a fun thing to do, though, isn't it? Try and put actors into your ideal roles. Do you think Citizen Kane is the greatest movie of all time? No. If not, what is? Well, it's all from my perspective. So, for me, the greatest movie of all time is Star Wars, because of my childhood. I mean, I was a small boy when that first came out, and the impact that it's had on my life has been incredible over the years. Growing up, it's been with me all my life. All I can remember, from my very, very early, as a 5-year-old, through to my life now. And then we've got the new Star Wars movie coming out, which is awesomely good. All booked up to see that. Got our tickets. So yeah, super excited about going to see that. I don't care that it's Disney. I really don't. I just want to see Star Wars. Brilliant. Zulu is also another good film. I remember from my childhood to now. I still watch. Yeah, 2 of the greatest movies for me are those. Zulu, just because of the way it was done, and yeah, it's just brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, those 2, Zulu and Star Wars. I'm not saying they're my favourite movies of all time, but I think they're the greatest movies. They rank amongst my favourites. Star Wars certainly does, anyway. Zulu is my favourite war film. But my absolute favourites of all time, but they are the greatest movies of all time, I think. For me, Star Wars is definitely my favourite, though. JamJar34 says, "Awesome one, mate. You picked up an Imperial Knight." Oh, that was last week, yes. It looks super cool. Is that the only one you have, or do you have more? No, it's the only one I've got, I'm afraid. I want to get that one done. Needs a little bit of repair work and stuff done. It is what I had from scratch, so everything you see is mine. Hopefully next year I can get to work on that one and get it more up and painted and display worthy. That would be awesome. Got a lot of goals for next year, yeah. Gotta do it, just gotta do it. Plus, what have you got planned for the channel next year? Any armies in the making? Plan for the channel next year. Well, I want it to kind of have a bit of a makeover, with the new studio and so on. I want to be out there, obviously, filming. I'm going to be doing more tutorials, hopefully, all being well. It's funny because I thinking, oh, I'm going to need the varnish to do my tutorials, and I just had to. I ordered some varnish. It just came through the post, and my dog savaged the post like she does. I have to put some more tape on there, and yeah, I had to tape it up because it was dripping out the bottom. So, yeah, I need that for doing my tutorials, my varnish. But yeah, it's just funny. What else have I got planned for next year? Well, it's tricky because it's difficult to predict what you're going to be doing in the future. I'm hoping to get battle reports up and running on the channel next year. That's my goal. I'm just hoping it can come to fruition, and you know, I can get people round and whatever. But I have got to work out what format I'm going to take with the battle report making. So there's going to be a lot of experimentation with that, which I'll probably do mess around just by myself, just to get the right format, and then when I'm happy with it, then you know, get people in. That's the plan anyway. I try not to plan too much because the plans rarely work out, do they, to how you want them. Then you end up being disappointed. So yeah. Anything else? I don't know. More Ronin next year, hopefully. More of everything, really. Pirates. I want Pirates to start making an appearance. I don't know. It's hard to. It's difficult to say. It really is difficult to say. Maybe some more reviews and stuff. I'm supposed to be having some miniatures being sent to me by some manufacturer to review. I'm still waiting for those. Haven't heard anything as yet, but it'll be good when I do get them. Yeah, just I wanna up the game of Mini Warzone. Try and get it a bit more professional looking and seeming, and yeah, just keep putting out great content for you guys and for me. That's not me saying I think my stuff's great. I'm just saying it's great that I enjoy doing it. That's what I mean. So yeah, and hopefully find a load more channels that I can watch and have fun and enjoy watching, which is all cool. Right, okay. Victor Quez, Q-U-E-S. Then in brackets, Neo Jarlax. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing this right, I'm very sorry. It says, interesting video. I'm new to the channel, so I do not know if this has been talked before. What is the favourite miniatures in your collection? Well, that's tricky. My favourite miniatures as a whole, I suppose, are Tyranids, because of the poses and well, they're monsters. I like monsters. Don't have any to hand. Although my Imperial Knight, oops, he comes off because he's all he's magnetised on top while I'm painting him. That's just the top of him. But yeah, he is my favourite model because well, he just is. That's another reason I want to get him all painted up. So my Imperial Knight, I guess, is my favourite model. If you're talking, I mean, well, it's my favourite miniature. I suppose my favourite model overall, model, that means anything that I can class as model. That would be my Realm of Battle board, which is my table that I can play on, my modular one. Video about that in my tutorials. Yeah, I mean, if you can call that, I mean, it is a model. It's a model of a battlefield, so, and it is a miniature in a sense. But yeah, what you're referring to, I mean, is these smaller ones. Space Marines, I think, are great. Although I'm looking at the Chaos, I don't have any. Well, that's not true. I've got some Bloodletters Chaos models. Just looking at them, like on places like the GW website and that, they have some amazing miniatures in that army, and I'm thinking about it. Not defecting, but thinking of expanding to that. So yeah, hope that answers the question, not being too vague. Tyranids, Chaos, and Space Marines in general. Oh, they have great miniatures, yeah. Yes, for me. Definitely. Okay. Idic BS is another good one. Nothing like beginner's luck, lol. And you're talking about me winning at Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. Okay. A question I can never answer. Cream, ice cream or custard? I love them all and sometimes have them all together, lol. I think it'd be cream first and foremost. Depending on what it is, of course. But if I'm, if I was to order something and they'd say, oh, cream, ice cream or custard, I'd usually probably go for cream first. Cream, then ice cream, then custard. Although I'd have custard more on a sort of like a hot puddingy type thing. Yeah. Whereas cream I'll have on its own. Not with anything really. And something hot for ice cream is also when it melts into it. But for custard, yeah, something like spotted dick pudding. That's awesome. Depends what it is, but yeah, cream primarily. Alright, thank you for your question. Big Mech Danskull says, with such a great knowledge of Star Wars, have you ever been tempted to apply to be on a show like Mastermind and have it as your specialist subject? No, but yeah, I would. I'd do so for a laugh. Why not? Yeah, definitely. I haven't been tempted though. But yeah, sure, I'd give it a go. Why not? Actually, if memory serves me, not that I've got a great memory, but years and years and years ago in my work, they had a kind of a quiz thing, and I was kind of the Star Wars expert, as it were. I did very well. Kiblams, this is the last question on the comments that were left last week. Says, good luck with mini wargaming, because I did apply for their post that they've advertised. I'm the same. Films lack the narration and inner monologue that books have. Excuse the dogs. I'm not going to film this again though. My question, have you ever thought of playing Frostgrave? It looks pretty cool. We'll go back to the books thing. Just comparing the books against films of the Dan Brown books. And it is my opinion that books usually 99% of the time are better than the movie. But it's just, because a movie you've got to be a bit more generalised, really, haven't you? You gloss over things, whereas in the book you can go into great detail. Anyway, about Frostgrave, have I ever thought of playing it? No. It looks pretty cool. Yes, it does look cool. I've never thought of playing it though. I don't really feel an urge to, because I've got more skirmishy type games. I've got Hordes and I've got War Machine for my kind of more fantasy skirmish games and sci-fi games. If there's any other game I would think about playing, it would probably be the Batman miniatures game. At the moment, I don't know, just what I'm thinking. Yeah, but then I've watched a couple of videos lately on the Rorke's Drift box set by Warlord Games, and man, I'm really tempted by that too. It's difficult when you want to add another game into your mix, because you got to take a lot of things into consideration. Sometimes it would mean giving up one of your existing ones to be able to financially cope with it. I don't know. I've not thought about playing Frostgrave. It looks cool, but not cool enough to make me want to investigate further. That's all I can say, really. No fault of the game itself. Just that other stuff excites me more, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so that's all the comments and questions that were left from last week. Just 2 emails now. One of which I've got one person that emails me, usually pretty regular, and sometimes any others is kind of sporadic. Anyway, first one says, "Hi Pete, so you've applied to Mini Wargaming." Okay, so it's been a week, so I have 2 questions I'd like to ask you. 1, have you heard anything back yet? No. No. Not that I'm expecting to. 2, if you were Matthew, would you take yourself on? Matthew is, for those of you that don't know, is one of the partners of Mini Wargaming, so he would be one of the people to sort of say yes or no to your employment. And if I was Matthew, would I take me on? No. Why? No, because I would go for someone local, more local anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't go across the seas. No. That's just me. I wouldn't, but you know, I had to apply because why not? Why not? But I gotta be honest. And the other email says, "Pete, it's nearly Christmas time again, so will we be seeing a Mrs. Mini Warzone on P&Q or not?" Well, that's a very good question. I did say to my wife, "You want to do something for Christmas? Like, come on to the P&Q?" So she said, "Yeah, I don't know, but you know, obviously, you'd have to ask her specific questions, and you know, she can't think of what on earth you'd want to know from her, really. But she's more than willing to sit in on an episode if you've got a question or 2 that we can sort of sit side by side and go through. Yeah. If there's anything you want to ask, just ask, you know, and we will do our best to answer them for you. Preferably wargaming related, but it doesn't have to be. But you know, preferably because it's a wargaming channel. But you know, oh dear, excuse me. Stretching. I know I've got a bit of work to do now. While I go out and do some painting, get the studio painted up. Right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry if it seemed a bit rushed. I'm anxious to get out there while I've still got the light. So thanks once again. I'll see you on the next video. Remember, all brushes lead to a war. Bye.